Once upon a time, in a land surrounded by dark forests and silver rivers, there stood a great stone castle upon a high hill. Its towers touched the clouds, and its iron gates were taller than any tree in the valley. From far away, it looked magnificent, powerful, royal, untouchable. But inside those cold walls lived a young and gentle girl whose heart felt heavier than the castle itself. She was the daughter of the queen. The queen ruled the kingdom with strength and fear. She was clever, commanding, and stronger than any knight in her army. But she was also cruel. She believed that fear kept people loyal. The servants in the castle worked from sunrise to midnight. They carried heavy sacks of grain, cleaned endless halls, polished silver floors, and prepared feasts they were never allowed to taste. Many of them went to sleep hungry. Some whispered that the queen enjoyed watching them struggle. And sometimes she did. From her high throne, she would watch the servants hurry across the courtyard with tired eyes and shaking hands. If one of them dropped a plate or slowed down, punishment followed. The queen would smile faintly, as if their suffering confirmed her power. But her daughter was nothing like her. The young girl had kind eyes and a soft voice. She could not bear the sound of crying in the kitchen or the sight of workers fainting from hunger. Many nights, she stood behind the tall stone pillars and watched the servants eat crumbs in secret. Her heart burned with anger. One evening, she could not stay silent any longer. "Mother, stop this," she shouted in the throne room, her voice echoing through the hall. "They are people, not animals. They are starving." The queen looked at her daughter calmly, almost amused. "Compassion makes rulers weak," she replied. "You will understand one day." "I will never understand cruelty," the girl cried. But the queen only turned away. She was stronger. She had an army. She had power. And she would not change. The daughter began to act quietly. When the guards were distracted, she brought bread and fruit from the royal kitchen. She carried water in small silver cups and handed them secretly to the servants. At first, they were afraid, but when they saw her gentle smile, they began to trust her. "Eat," she whispered. "Please." Their tired faces softened. Some even smiled for the first time in months. That small happiness gave her courage. But secrets never stay hidden in castles. One afternoon, the queen found out. She summoned her daughter immediately. "If you continue this nonsense," the queen said coldly, "you will regret it." "If you continue hurting them," the daughter shouted back, "I will run away and never return." The queen laughed, not loudly, but confidently. "Run away," she said. "With my army surrounding every road, you cannot leave. This castle is your world." And deep down, the daughter feared she was right. Days passed. The young girl felt trapped inside golden walls. One morning, overwhelmed with sadness, she left the castle grounds and walked toward the quiet road near the forest. She sat beside a stone, her crown resting loosely on her hair, and tears fell silently onto her hands. That was when she heard footsteps. A young man was walking along the road. He was tall, with dark hair and thoughtful eyes. His clothes were simple, but he carried himself with quiet confidence. When he saw her crying, he stopped immediately. "Who could make someone like you cry?" he asked gently. She looked up, surprised that a stranger would speak so kindly. "My mother," she said after a pause. "She is the queen, and this castle is my prison." The young man sat beside her, but kept a respectful distance. "What can I do for you?" he asked. "I want to run away," she whispered. "I want freedom. I want to live somewhere people are not afraid." He listened carefully. "I am sorry you live in such pain," he said. "Maybe I can help you. Come with me someday. I promise you'll never cry again." At first, she did not believe him. He was just a traveler, a stranger passing by. But something in his eyes felt honest. The next day, she returned to the same place. And he was there. They began meeting every evening near the forest. They talked about simple things, rivers, birds, childhood memories. They laughed. She had almost forgotten how laughter felt. With him, she felt light, free, human. Days turned into weeks. She trusted him. What she did not know was that he was not a simple traveler. He was the son of a rival noble family, sent secretly to observe the kingdom's weakness. He had heard rumors of a cruel queen and a suffering people. When he met the daughter, his mission changed. He began to care for her, truly care. But he still kept his identity hidden. One evening, under the pale moonlight, he said, "Let us leave. Tomorrow morning, before sunrise, while the guards are tired." Her heart raced. "Are you sure?" she asked. "Yes. We will ride far away. I have a safe place." She hesitated only a moment before agreeing. The next morning, when the castle slept in silence, she left her room quietly. She did not wear royal jewels, only a simple cloak. She met him by the outer gate where he waited with 2 horses. They rode fast, the cold wind brushing her face. For the first time in her life, she felt hope. But inside the highest tower of the castle, the queen stood by her window. She had not slept. She had seen them leave, and she smiled. "She will not get far," the queen murmured. Within minutes, she ordered her guards to follow. The young couple rode through the forest, hearts pounding. But the kingdom was heavily guarded. The queen's army was loyal and swift. Before an hour had passed, the sound of armored horses thundered behind them. "They are coming," the young man said grimly. They tried to change direction, but it was useless. The guards surrounded them quickly. Swords gleamed in the morning light. The daughter's face turned pale. They were captured. Bound but unharmed, they were brought back to the castle gates. Servants watched silently as the guards dragged them inside. Whispers filled the courtyard. They were taken straight to the throne room. The queen sat on her throne, calm as ever. Her daughter stood before her, breathing heavily. "Did you truly believe you could escape me?" the queen asked softly. The young man stepped forward despite the guard's grip. "I will not let you hurt her," he said boldly. The queen's eyes narrowed. "And who are you?" He hesitated for a moment, then decided to tell the truth. "I am not a simple traveler. I am the son of Lord Arvin of the Northern Lands." Gasps filled the hall. The queen leaned back, thoughtful. "So," she said slowly, "this is more interesting than I expected." The daughter looked at him in shock. He had hidden this from her. "You lied to me?" she whispered. "I wanted to protect you," he answered quietly. At first it was a mission, but then it became real.